Welcome to MarcusG.TV. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And Jamie.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yes, a couple more days left of 2014.
Yes, and it's Christmas Eve. And people ask us, what do we do for Christmas? They ask us, what do we think of Christmas? How do we value Christmas? You were raised Jewish.
I was raised Jewish. You were raised Catholic.
Very strict Catholic.
Well, I mean, and we were religious. We celebrated all holidays, and families were important, and you know, we always went to synagogue and all of that kind of stuff. You know, I was raised that way.
Right, and I was an altar boy until I was in 7th grade, maybe 8th grade. And they asked me to become an altar boy because I was at church every week. Mm-hmm. So, two opposite ends of this, not really two opposites, but two different religions.
Yes.
So what do our kids do for Christmas? How do we value Christmas? So Jamie, I asked Justin, our 12-year-old, and you asked Courtney, our 15-year-old, I specifically asked them, what do you guys want for Christmas? This was 2 days ago. So
this was yesterday.
Yesterday.
It wasn't 2 days ago, it was yesterday.
The 23rd.
Yes.
I said, Justin, what do you want for Christmas? And you said to Courtney, what do you want for Christmas?
And they both kind of looked at me, well, Courtney looked at me and she said, I don't really need anything, or I really don't want anything, and I don't really know. You know, we were having this discussion in the car yesterday, and I was like, wow, you don't really want anything? You know, and it was funny because a few days ago she was talking about getting a horse riding jacket, a new show jacket, and she didn't want to spend her money on the jacket, so I thought for sure, and she would ask me to buy her the jacket, and she didn't. She didn't ask. She said, I don't really want anything. And I was trying to like pry things out of her.
Right.
You know, like, what do you want? And I think Justin, right, what did Justin say?
I even asked Justin what his sister wanted. To Justin, I said, Justin, what does your sister want? And he's like, I don't think she really wants anything, Dad. I said, well, what do you want? Because I was trying to pry information out of him for her, you know. And he goes, Dad, I just want to go skiing. I said, but Justin, we're going to go skiing anyway, right?
Right.
So what else do you want above and beyond skiing?
And you even said 50, 100.
Yeah, he goes, what are you going to spend? I said, I'll spend 50, I'll spend 300. Tell me what you want.
Tell me what you want.
What you want. He goes, I don't really need anything. I don't want anything. I said, okay. So why don't you give the history of the kids' Christmases?
Sure. So since, well, for the past 12 years, we have been doing a soup kitchen at Aroma Time in Ellenville, and we have been doing this for traditionally with them. So our kids are 15 and 12, and so our son has really only known Christmas Day, waking up in the morning and either coming to the restaurant or going to my parents' house and spending the day there when he was younger, because he couldn't really be at the restaurant. He was a little too active and a little too crazy. But they don't really know any different than waking up in the morning. We used to do some presents under our tree.
One or two presents.
Now we really don't do that. We just get up in the morning, we get dressed, and we come to the restaurant and start feeding people.
Right, that's all our kids have ever known.
That's all they've ever known.
You feed other people on Christmas Day. Yep. Mom and Dad, we feed other people in our restaurant.
And I even said to our daughter, who's 15, I said to her yesterday, I said, don't forget, you help on Christmas Eve, at the restaurant. And she goes, yep, I'm going to help write out slips for deliveries and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And she kind of rambled off the stuff that she knows that she does every year.
She's so smart, because for years she's been orchestrating deliveries, the dining room. She knows where everybody needs to go. She's like one of our best volunteers.
Yes.
And she's 15, and she just knows where everything needs to go, and it's really awesome. And Justin, for the last couple of years, has helped me in the kitchen cook.
He likes to be in the kitchen.
He likes to cook in the kitchen. So ever since he's been like 8, 9 years old, he's by my side. We're cooking away. Of course, there's lots of volunteers there, but he's usually the vegetable guy.
Yeah,
so he cooks all the vegetables, and he loves that. He
likes to get everything set up out in the dining room, and then he hops back in the kitchen, and he kind of puts on his gloves, and he just starts dishing stuff out and helping in the kitchen. And to us, that is the most important thing. We are from two different religions, but we've merged them together to provide our children with really good customs and values, and just to give them things that not all parents give their children.
Right.
And it's funny because people ask us all the time, well, why do you do that,
Right, people do say.
So we get people who say, wow, that's amazing, and then the other people say to us, well, why do you do that? Don't you want to just relax on Christmas Day?
Or they say, they say, how do you know everybody really deserves a meal, a free meal? And our policy,
we have no questions asked. So if you call the family of Ellenville or call us, we never ask you for anything to prove that you need a meal. We are not here to judge or say no. We have the means. We want to provide those means, and we want to use what we have to give to other people. And we've been doing that since before we opened the restaurant, and it feels good to know that we can do that on a day like Christmas, where most soup kitchens and most, everything's closed.
Right, so, soup kitchens are closed. A lot of soup kitchens are closed on Christmas Day because Thanksgiving's their big day.
Yes.
So we
get
kind
to
of fill the gap
provide on that day, on Christmas Day, and families are so thankful. We get cards, for days after,
yes.
and we get thank yous, and we get people who call back the next year and say, "Oh my God, thank you so much for what you did," or people will stop in. It's our way of giving back to the community. Not that we don't give back all the time, but it's our way of giving back to the community in one big lump day.
So I'm out running. You don't even know this story, but I was out running the other day. I was running, but
yes.
I was out running by the Little League field, and I saw somebody down there who I've seen in line at like the church pantries and Family Event. I've seen him there. The one church pantry is right here. So I'm running, and he said hi to me in the beginning. He goes, "Oh, he was just sitting at the Little League field, and I was doing my laps around the fields and everything." And he goes, "Oh, you're making me tired just watching you." So on my way out, after a few miles, I stopped and I started talking to him, and I say, "Hey, you need a meal on Christmas Day?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I own the restaurant down there, and we give away meals." He goes, "I ate at your restaurant like years ago. Somebody from the family of Ellenville brought me there for Christmas Day." He goes, "We ate there. It was a phenomenal meal." I go, "Do you need a meal?" He's like, "Yeah, I can use one." I said, "You know what? Call Family of Ellenville." He goes, "I'm going to go there next." I said, "Get over there, reserve, and we'll deliver it, because you live in Napanoch. You're 5 minutes away." I said, "We'll deliver it to you." And we started talking and having a conversation. And it was a great feeling to he was so thankful and appreciative. He's like, "Man, I was at your place years ago, and it was a great meal, and it was so great that you do that, and I appreciate it." I was like, "Wow, that's really cool."
That's why we do it.
That's why we do it.
That's why we do it.
Yep. So
we do it to give back, and there's no questions ever asked. And to us, that's important, because who's to not say that somebody's just having a tough year, or they just don't want to cook for themselves, or they're older and they have no family, or they have no family around to celebrate with, and we
deliver meals to people
that put a smile on somebody's face on a day where maybe they don't want to be smiling. That's important to us. The smile and the happiness, that's what makes it worth it.
And there's always people that we deliver to that they just lost a loved one. They just lost a spouse, and it's like, what are they going to do? And they're older, and it's our first year open. One of the ladies who came in to eat now runs a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
We fed her the first year here 12 years ago.
Because her husband had passed away.
And
wasn't it, right? Am I thinking of the same person,
this
right?
is somebody else.
Oh,
and now she actually runs a successful soup kitchen 30 minutes from here. And she was one of our recipients the very first year.
Interesting. So. I had a guest call yesterday to see if we were actually open on Christmas Day. And I said, "No, I'm so sorry. We're not open for Christmas Day for our guests, but we are open as a soup kitchen." And he goes, "Oh my gosh." He goes, "Wow, that's amazing." He had no idea. And he said, "Well, the lady I was going to bring with me works in a soup kitchen in New York City. So maybe we'll just try to come up Christmas Eve instead of Christmas Day, and and support you on Christmas Eve, and I think that would be really special for her to go somewhere that does a soup kitchen."
Right.
So
the neat thing is, community members band forces here and help us do this event.
Oh yes, we couldn't do it without all the volunteers. We couldn't do it without volunteers
and donations. And you were raised Jewish. I'm raised Catholic. Christmas is not part of your upbringing. No. However, our community has a lot of Jewish people, and a lot of Jewish people donate.
They do.
They donate money. They donate their time, and they help us out too. So it has nothing to do with being religious of a certain religion. It's just about people getting together and saying, "You know what? There's people out there that
need help. And if we can do it, we're more fortunate. Then let's do it." And I think it's important to teach our children that, because in today's society, I think it's important.
Yep. So that's our Christmas. That's what we do for Christmas. That's how we look at Christmas. That's how we raise our kids for Christmas. So I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And I'm Jamie. Have a Merry Christmas.
Happy
and
New
a Happy New Year.
And
happy holidays.
Whatever you celebrate, of course, you got to be politically correct.
Yes.
Right? We don't make anybody mad. No. Thanks for watching. If you like our videos, please hit subscribe to us. Yep.
Pass it on.
Pass it on. Yep. Click that subscribe button. Thanks.
Have a wonderful day.